Starting in the 1800s, there were basically two different kinds of dancing: ballroom dancing for the upper class and folk dancing for the lower class. Some would say that ballroom dancing was really just an elevated form of folk dancing because there were still set steps for each person, but just a different music playing in the background. Not a lot changed until the early 20th century when a couple of things happened in sequence. First was to get rid of the old dance steps on repeat. Second was this new wave of popular music called jazz. And since dance is largely connected to the music being played, you can see why there would be a tremendous amount of new and inventive dance steps being made. Another huge influence on the dance scene around this time was that of the silver screen. People were able to see dances like the foxtrot and the charleston being played out right in front of them. Dance in the 1930s mainly consisted of swing dancing, which was basically an acrobatic show on the dance floor. Partners were flung into the air, flipped around, dipped, and even drug across the floor. Dance in the 40s and 50s didn't change a whole lot from that in the 30s, keeping swing on all the dance floors throughout the decades. In the 60s, a new fad came out, the roller rink. This, along with the twist and the mashed potato, embodied the 60s. The twist was popular into the 70s when dances like the hustle and the YMCA ousted it. Again, dance follows the style of music. During the 70s, disco began to be all the rage, and many new and exciting dances stemmed from the change in music. Dance in the 80s was again following the changes in music, but now you had something to look at while you were listening to the music, something called MTV, which launched on August 1st, 1981. In the 90s, hip-hop music was huge, with dances like the Tootsie Roll and the Humpty taking over the dance clubs across the country. In the early 2000s, boy bands were popular, followed by an explosion of extravagant singers and groups, and the dances followed. As you can see, dance will always be influenced by the type of music being played around the country. Some dances reinvent others, and some are completely new and innovative. Either way, if there is music being played, there will be dancing.